what do you take away from this one, where the at-bats look pretty similar to have over the weekend, but you just didn't get quite the cash you needed to add on?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Took some good swings, drove the ball, but they started making some pitches. Tyler did a nice job, their starter, executing second time through, and their bullpen, they mixed and matched, and those guys did a nice job. But to your point, we didn't cash in. We had some opportunities and didn't. Yeah.
The timing of the spot where you're going to Pedro tonight, is that a result of the last at-bat of the sixth, or is that just a defensive spot for him?
Yeah, so he takes the at-bat in the sixth. It's not going to come up again to the eighth, and it had more to do with where we were in the lineup with Mancada, Hope, Givo, Paris, Newman. 4 out of the 5 guys can run. You got a 1-run lead. It gives you the best chance to control the running game there. So you trade 3 innings of defense with that part of the lineup coming up for 1 at-bat. Unfortunately, it ended up being 2 at-bats in a meaningful spot there, but yeah.
But it wasn't related to the mix-up with Roycroft in the sixth. That was not
Oh,
part
gosh,
of
no,
it.
absolutely not.
How much Masyn needs to see something go right now. He hits the ball 108 miles an hour right at third baseman.
He's going through that stretch that every one of these guys will go through at some point. They're in 162 games, right? But he'll get out of it. He's actually handling it really well. He's a big-time competitor, but he's handling it as well as you can. So I've been impressed by that. Yeah.
What does that look like when you say he's handling it well?
You could easily get frustrated where 1 at-bat leads to the next, or it leads into how you play defense or your overall demeanor around the other guys, and you're getting 0 of that. The guy's dialed in on defense. He's in the dugout doing what he normally does and bringing energy and excitement to the rest of the game. It's just not going his way offensively, but I feel like he's handling it really well. Yeah, he'll get out of it. He'll be fine.
This may be a question you might respond with, but you don't know or you see a ball during the season. What has to change in that catching equation? Is it Ivan kind of controlling the running game better? Is it Pedro starting more with offense like he had yesterday? What changes that scale?
Yeah, it's a good question, and you answered it before. You asked it, right? I'm not sure just yet, other than it's I'm gonna be as honest as possible. It's a tough decision constantly that you agonize over whether that at bat's going to come up again, and if it's worth 3 innings of defense, right? And you look at where you are in the lineup. If we're at a different part of the lineup, probably let it ride, knowing that those guys don't run. But when 4 out of 5 guys can take a bag, you got a 1-run lead. It makes the decision for you. But what has to change? The reality is he's working really hard at it, and we're going to continue to go at it with him and come alongside of him and make sure that he's continuing to get better. But if there's spots where we can get better defensively, I think you owe it to the other 25 at that moment to do it. You know.
This is a hypothetical. So if you're chasing in that spot, I would stay. Like if
Yeah,
you're chasing
he
the
stays.
score, he stays.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with
because
that.
of a close game.
Yeah.
Only in that 9th inning, was there thought given to Gorman for win there in that last spot? Or?
Thought yes. I'm gonna keep Winn at short, but thought obviously yes. Yeah.
First run they scored in this had that ground ball to Johnny. Just what are some of the difficulties on that play?
Yeah, probably too deep to go home with it, right? If you're in an X and you're playing in that 3 depth kind of a little further in order to get the play at the plate, that's one thing, but we felt like our best chance was to go ahead and put him on left. He's high ground ball. JoJo gets a ground ball, double play, we get out of that. If not, it's going to be a tough inning, right? So it's soft enough for there not to be a play at the plate. Take the out there. If he had to do it again, he'd take the out, but happens.
What you make of Miles tonight?
I thought Miles did well, man. A lot of soft contact. Mixed the way he normally mixes, threw more pitches in chase locations with 2. Unfortunately, the sequence of the walks leading to runs, but overall I thought he did a really nice job. 3rd time through, Roycroft on those guys. I like it, but Miles did his job.
So Roycroft ahead of Fernandez there because he's on the ground a lot more?
That's correct, yeah. Yep.
Well, a lot of times when a guy's struggling like this, you'd say maybe give him a day off. You're not really positioned to do that with Masyn at short, are you? I mean,
He's going to be fine, man. The last thing that kid wants is a day off.
Yeah.
If he was agonizing over every at bat, that's not where he's at. The kid's having a blast out there. Unfortunately, hits aren't coming. They will. He's not worried about it, and talking to him today during BP, I'm not worried about it. He'll keep playing. It'll be okay. Yeah.